Twitter. This is it. It's time for war. President Trump compares the drug cartels to ISIS.
It should now be clear to the entire world that the cartels are the ISIS of the Western Hemisphere, in addition to their monstrous violence, such as cutting off heads, burning their enemies alive, and burning innocent people alive, too, by the way. The cartels control large swaths of territory. They maintain vast arsenals of weapons and soldiers, and they use extortion, murder, kidnapping to exercise political and economic control. Thank you very much. It should now be.
He's talking about the CIA. That's the CIA. The coup in El Salvador. The coup in El Salvador was trained. Not the coup, but the Civil War was assisted by the CIA. Take note of what he said. The barbaric actions done by cartels was also done by the federal army in El Salvador. El Mozote massacre took place both in and around the village of El Mozote in Morazan Department, El Salvador, on Department 11 and 12. In 1981, the Salvadoran army killed more than 811 civilians during the El Salvadoran Civil War. The army had arrived in the village on the 10th, following clashes with guerrillas in the areas. The Salvadoran army's Atlacatla battalion, under the orders of Domingo Monterosa, was responsible for the massacre. In December 2011, the government of El Salvador apologized for the massacre, the largest in the Americas in modern times. How this relates to the idea that the cartels is that not only is the violence, this violence specifically is also equal to the drug cartels. The cartels are also connected with the CIA. Because not only did Reagan, or was it Nixon? Reagan or Nixon, fuck it, a president was also in which was it? Anyways, that was another case, but this is also interesting point as well. The CIA has been accused of involvement in illegal drug trade. Several works on the subject have received significant attention, including those written by historian Alfred W. McCoy, professor and diplomat Peter Dale Scott, journalists Gary Webb and Alexander Cockburn, and writer Larry Collins. These claims have led to investigations by the federal government of the United States, including hearings and reports by House of Representatives, Senate, Department of Justice, and the CIA's Inspector General. Their investigations have generally noted that there is no clear evidence itself had ever directly engaged in drug trafficking, although there may have been instances of the organization being indirectly complicit in their activities and others. The same CIA investigating itself, do you really think they're going to find anything? In France, illegal labs producing heroin were first discovered near Marseille, France in 1937. These labs were run by Quortian gang leader Paul Carbone. For years, the Quortian underworld had been involved in manufacturing and trafficking of heroin, primarily due to the United States. It was this heroin network that eventually became known as the French Connection. The Corsican gang was protected by the CIA and the SDECE after World War II in exchange for working to prevent French communists from bringing to the old port of Marseille under their control. So the CIA is willing to work with cartels or drug trafficking rings to be against the working class. Anytime you hear communist or working against anything as such, just replace it with working class. Because what is communism? It's an idea that the working class get what they deserve in terms of work. Their work is, oh my god, wait. I lost the word I was thinking of. Yeah. The workers get their fair share. Yeah. Golden Triangle, Southeast Asia. During the Korean War, first allegations of CIA drug trafficking surfaced after 1949, stemming from a deal whereby arms were supplied to Chiang Kai-shek's defeated generals in exchange for intelligence. Later in the same region, while the CIA was sponsoring secret war in Laos from 1961 to 1975, it was openly accused of trafficking heroin in the Golden Triangle area. To fight its secret war against the Pathet Lao communist communist movement of Laos, the CIA used ethnic group, Hmong population because of the war. Because of the war, the Hmong depended on the opium poppy cultivation for hard currency. The plain of jars had been captured by Pathet Lao fighters in 1964, which resulted in the Royal Lao Air Force being unable to land its C-47 transport aircraft on the plain of jars for opium transport. The Royal Laotian Air Force had almost no light planes that could land on dirt runways near the mountaintop poppy fields. Having no way to transport their opium, the Hmong were faced with economic ruin. Air America, a CIA front organization, was the only airline available in northern Laos, Alfred McCoy writes. According to several unproven sources, Air America began flying opium from mountain villages north and east of the plain of jars to a CIA asset Hmong General Vang Pao's headquarters at Long Tien. Air America was alleged to have profited from transporting opium and heroin on behalf of Hmong leader Vang, or of turning a blind eye to Laotian military doing it. This allegation has also been supported by former Laos CIA paramilitary Andrei Pashepny, aka Tony Po. Former Air America pilots and other people involved in the war. It is portrayed in the Move Air America, Larry Collins alleged. During the Vietnam War, U.S. operations in Laos were largely a CIA responsibility. The CIA's surrogate, there was a Laotian general, Vang Pao, who commanded Military Region 2 in northern Laos. He enlisted 30,000 Hmong tribesmen in the service of the CIA. These tribesmen continued to grow as they had for generations. The opium poppy, Before long, someone there were unproven allegations that it was the mafia family from Florida had established a heroin drug refinery lab in Region 2. The lab's production was also being ferried out on the planes of the CIA's front airline, Air America. A pair of BNDD, the predecessors of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, agents tried to seize Air American aircraft. Further documentation of CIA-connected Laotian opium trade was provided by Rolling Stone magazine in 1968 and by Alfred McCoy in 1972. McCoy stated that, in most cases, the CIA's role involved in various forms of complicity, tolerance, or studied ignorance about the trade, not any direct culpability in actual trafficking. The CIA did not handle heroin, but it did provide its drug lords allies with transport, arms, and political protection. In sum, the CIA's role in the Southeast Asian heroin trade involved indirect complicity rather than direct culpability. However, aviation historian William M. Leary writes that Air America was not involved in drug trade, citing Joseph Westermeyer, a physician and public health worker resident in Laos from 1965 to 1975, that America owned airlines never knowingly transported opium in or out of Laos, nor did American pilots ever profit from its transport. Aviation historian Curtis Peebles also denies that Air America employees were involved in opium transportation. It doesn't matter if the workers knew. What matters is that the CIA knew. The CIA apparently, not apparently, here's evidence. These people were tried. And here is Trump saying that it's the drug cartels. Motherfucker, the CIA is a drug cartel. They've been doing it for years. All of fucking past 100 years, America has been working with drug cartels to hold back the working class. This has been in motion since, well, since the beginning. This administration fucking loves to do this shit, man. They fucking thrive on it. So not only does the CIA do drug trafficking, especially, they also do military training. Uh, what else? What else is there? Probably anything that you can think of. CIA has done it. Fuck, man. Right. Well,